Today's the day we finally see if Palmetto fixed my AK. I appreciate the new box. The old one was kind of getting beat up by shipping. Three main goals. We're gonna go over the repairs and hopefully Palmetto fixed my issue, right? I'm also gonna go over some comments about the last video. I think I could have conveyed some stuff like my suppressor a little bit better. And then lastly, we're gonna go over future plans for this rifle. So let's go over some stats. 3 bolts, 3 bolt carriers, 2 barrel and trunnion assemblies, as well as being in the shop for 2 months. That's what this AK's been through so far. I had a small technical difficulty. Forgot my mic, so we're good now. Here's the rifle. It's already put a big hole in the foam. Going by what Palmetto says, it seems they didn't bother replacing the barrel and trunnion this time. They only replaced the bolt and the bolt carrier. Yeah, so far looks good. Looks good. I appreciate that. I actually did not ship a rear sight spring to them, and they replaced it anyway. So good on you, PSA. That's pretty cool. Looks like it was clean and oiled. Yeah, due to YouTube's policies, it kind of sucks that I can't disassemble the rifle and show it to you in real time. I wonder how we're going to do that. Oh, hey, some random firearm parts that are definitely not going to be assembled at all on video. Don't worry, YouTube. So now we can take a look at the new bolt carrier. As you can see, there's no deformation on the boat tail, or I guess tail of the bolt carrier. No real wear marks. So that's cool. So it is brand new, of course. And then more importantly, right, there's no corrosion on that stainless steel piston. Definitely has been shot, but you know, they did say they shot it 20 times, so that makes sense. Looks pretty clean. For the bolt, yeah, it looks pretty good, right? It is a new bolt, and it is a Toolcraft bolt, so they did replace it with the same type. There is some machine marks, but you know, I think that's okay for like a $600 rifle. But it is the same trunnion, so as you can see, there already is some wear, which should be good to go, right, if they said it was. I think this shows that Palmetto will at least try, and they'll try their hardest to fix an issue, even if they're on the fence on if it was their problem or the customer's problem, right? I think some people took my last video very close to the heart and got very emotional. That video was not trashing on PSA. I wasn't trying to say, don't buy any Palmetto products, they suck. I was just kind of showing my frustration of the situation. I mean, this rifle has been now sent in twice. I think the main takeaway from that video is Palmetto has a great customer support system. But at what point do you get to enough is enough? 1 repair, 2 repairs, you know, what's that line where you finally say, you know, I've had enough of this rifle, it's time to get something else. You know, for me, usually 2 repairs is about that time. But, you know, hey, if you're not having to pay for shipping and you don't care about your rifle being in the shop all the time, you can always just keep sending it in during that lifetime warranty. Oh, hey, it's returned. So let's go over the setup now. I put my surplus stock back on it for shootability. It's a lot more, it feels a lot better in the hands and on the shoulder. I also put my KUSA tank pad back on for length of pull. It's a lot better. I know I definitely hit the microphone right then, sorry. Also, pouring out for KUSA. They were a real one. And then I put my Palmetto, or I think they call it Soviet Arms, tank brake on. Kind of the other point that was brought up in the comment section of the last video was this. Using a suppressor on a AK, or specifically on an AK that's not using a K&S adjustable piston. Don't worry, it won't hurt you. I'll protect you, baby. So I think really what happened was people watched the first 15 seconds of the video, saw the thumbnail, saw that I was shooting it suppressed, and figured, well, yeah, you'd go through 2 bolts in 1,000 rounds. You don't have an adjustable rod, you know, like the piston rod. And I'm kind of chalking that up to they didn't watch the whole video, as well as they don't understand what kind of suppressor this is. Going back to that timeline, I only had the suppressor at the very end of that 1,000 rounds, like the last 200 rounds or so. And I think during that time, shooting 200 rounds through a suppressor for an AK, if it was really causing the bolt to deform to the point of malfunction. That's like the important term right there, is to malfunction, not just wear, but to the point where it's not working correctly. That could be user error, but also, you know, they were shooting AKs with the first generation suppressors back in the 1960s and 70s. I think the PBBS, I'm going to definitely have to edit out the actual name. But, you know, the Ruskies didn't have a K&S adjustable piston system in the 1960s, you know, made in Texas. I think 200 rounds is kind of unfair to have a bolt, you know, to have the bolt deform that quickly. Maybe after thousands of rounds, but, you know, a couple hundred. And then going to that suppressor, this is a HUXWRX 762 Ti, I think Flow Ti, whatever. Basically, it's a flow-through suppressor. So it actually traps the gas and outputs it to the front. Going back to that footage from the first video where, you know, all of the gases were being ejected out the front. There is a reason why I picked the suppressor, and it's because I shoot left-handed. You know, there's something kind of in the front of my nose and mouth when I shoot this, and it is the chamber. Going back to that footage again, you'll see that basically nothing's being ejected out in front of my face. So it was really important to me when I bought the suppressor to get something that could, you know, get the gas away from my face and out the front of the gun. Long story short, I won't get into the nitty-gritty details. I'll post some documentation in the description below that you can go over, but people have tested it, and the HUXWRX system does in fact work. Sorry for the yap session. I just wanted to make a couple points that I think I didn't really talk about well in that first video. You'll have to forgive me, I'm still learning. I think I had 90 subscribers when I made that video. So, hey, it's a process. Let's rock and lock it in. All right, so first rounds, let's rock and lock it in. Pretty smooth, I should say. Someone else is having fun. Yeah, so first shots. Hopefully this doesn't explode in my face. I don't think it would. You feel that tank break? The concussion? Yeah, I mean, so good. You know, so far so good. I forgot how well that PSAK, like a stock trigger, runs. You know, I've shot ALG triggers and definitely an improvement, but for a stock AK trigger, it's pretty nice. 5 shots in, no problem. I'll just show you the highlights really quick, and we'll burn through those 120 rounds. Yeah, I'm definitely a little rusty with this gun. Ooh, probably need to get my gloves too. Hell yeah, dude, missed it.
Never forget to bring a tumbler of scotch to the range. It's very important to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Shooter ready? Beep.
All right. Ran pretty flawlessly. No surprises there. So, yeah, there you have it. Palmetto did fix it, hopefully for the last time. I never had any doubts that they wouldn't fix it. And it's good to see that they stand by their product, right? And even stuff like replacing the spring that I lost without even asking me. That's pretty cool in my opinion. And I'll say it again. I think some people took the last video saying that I hate Palmetto products. And I think that's just not true. I am pretty frustrated as a Palmetto customer with this rifle. I've kind of lost faith, you know, in it. But then again, it's more of a fun range toy, right? It's not like something I'm depending my life on. So in that respect, I think it's okay. But just how much time it's spent in repair, getting mailed back and forth, it's kind of been a pain in the ass. And, you know, I may be done with it. Which leads to the final point I wanted to go over, the future plans of this rifle. In other words, let me know down in the comments what you want to see. Do you want to see if this second repair job, you know, the third bolt carrier actually fixes this rifle for good? Or would you rather me check out a new AK, possibly a foreign-made AK or something like that, and see how it fares compared to this one? Yeah, it'll stay in the safe for now, but it better hold up this time. Anyways, I hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching, and Godspeed. Clouds on my head, I can't quit counting.